So look, some people ask about how does politics come into local farming and local agriculture. So here in Atlanta, we have a group that started off as a study group and drinking group for farmers. And then it evolved into being a coalition for farmers in Metro Atlanta. We were involved in the beginning, and very quickly we started to see some inconsistencies, and we raised those inconsistencies at the meetings. Certain members wanting to discourage young farmers from taking on consultation jobs because that was their business. There were members whose business was not farming but was consultation, farm consultation. So they wanted to discourage young farmers from taking on consultation jobs, giving people advice on how to set up farms or gardens. When we pointed out that inconsistency, one of the founders of the organization decided, or association, decided to have a one-on-one conversation with us about how much he disapproved of our social media content. So we made distance between ourselves and that coalition. And then we had all we experienced in this nation, all these racial attacks by police, and they're still going on, killings, murders of George Floyd and others, and a sudden push for organizations to speak about racial justice and social justice issues. And still that coalition worked to try to impeach one of the presidents who was a young African-American farmer here in Atlanta. And now we've seen that that organization, that association, is starting to disband and fall apart, even without ever having bylaws, ever having pushed forward any meaningful policy. And this is after maybe 3 years since its inception. And we have supposedly such an active young farmer network here in Atlanta. So what does that say to you? Think about it. Will we ever have an organized worker movement or labor movement or farming movement when those of us who claim to be farmers in organizations are not, and immediately fight for ways to have other people included under the umbrella of farmers? Why do we have a food system full of people who are so interested and get paid to be involved in local food economy and politics who do not grow food? What is your interest? How has it been effective you in leadership? And why are so many people who don't do the work of growing this food wanting to associate themselves as farmers as part of an organization, but don't want to associate themselves as farmers when it's about having these dirty hands? Grow where you are.